Good day to all of you. Thank you for joining us once again on LA Sunshine. We are more than delighted to come to you all the way from Walter J. Towers here in Los Angeles with FinTV USA. Today at our studio, we have gorgeous and stunning Mrs. Latina Global, Sully Weerakkody, that's gonna talk to us. Sully, we are so delighted that you are here with us today, and welcome to FinTV USA's LA Sunshine.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It's my honor, and I can't wait to see what we have, in our talks today and give any information that you guys might need from us.
Yes, definitely. We are more than happy to have you here, and we are here to learn from you and know what your path was like and how this whole crown-bearing moment has contributed to where you are today.
Yes.
So we will be learning a lot from you, and we will be sharing your knowledge with our viewers. So we are more than happy to have you here in our studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's start by talking a little bit about your family, how you decided to take part in the pageants and what led you to pageantry.
Well, pageantry is not really my thing. I'm more behind the scenes corporate, but my husband is Sri Lankan, and he's really the one that convinced me to run for pageantry. And when we had the meeting with the production company for the pageantry, as soon as they put the crown on me, it's something, when you're a child, you always dream to become a beauty queen.
Exactly.
Or wear your wedding dress. So it's the same feeling you have. So when they put that crown and that sash where I would represent my country, it just did something to me that I decided to do it.
Yes.
And I wanted to do it for little girls to believe in themselves, that it doesn't matter their height. They don't have to be super gorgeous to do pageantry. They can, if they believe in themselves, they can definitely do it, and that's what I did.
Right, exactly. And you did not believe in all the, the stigma that comes along with it. You just believed in your dream.
Yes.
You believed your passion. And I'm sure you got a lot of help and, support from your husband.
Yes. A lot of support from my husband, from the Latino and Sri Lankan community.
Right.
I always stay very involved with the Sri Lankan community as my Latino.
Yes, we always see you at
Yes.
all our events,
Yes.
so which is great. You've always been supporting every organization, every foundation, so it's great. It's great that, we've been seeing your involvement through the years, which is simply amazing.
It is. It's not easy,
Right.
but if you have the passion and the drive to do what you really want to do, you can definitely accomplish anything you want to do in life.
Totally. And speaking of that, I know that we have seen your involvement in our community, assisting Sri Lankans when, they need some assistance, assisting your Latino community when they need some assistance. Now, this has been something that we've seen with you even before you wore the crown, as far as I know. So, wearing that crown, how has that been instrumental or helpful for you to do the work that you continue to do nowadays?
Well, it's great that you asked me that question. It helped me a lot because I was able to receive a lot of support from different communities, not just my Latino community or Sri Lankan community, but
Right.
I was able to reach a lot more audience where I could get designers to do fashion shows for me for free, or models to come and model for free for us to help us reach our goals and support women and children in need.
Right. I think it brings a lot of recognition, right? It
Yes.
gives you so much of recognition that you possibly didn't have, but it comes with the title. So
Yes.
it's always
Yes.
making it more helpful. And speaking of that, you are behind the powerhouse, the Lighthouse World,
Yes.
where you assist victims of violence and abuse. So without me speaking about it, since I have you here, we would like to hear a little bit about your organization and how you are doing your fundraising projects and what exactly is happening with the Lighthouse World.
Thank you for bringing that up, because that's my passion, and that's what really drives me to do a lot of the work I do. And I started from seeing someone very close to me was abused when I was a child.
Oh,
and I always said when I was young that I wanted to make a difference, and I wanted to help women. A lot of the times they feel they're alone and they're in the dark. And they shouldn't feel that way. So that's what drove me to start this nonprofit. And I really started when I won the crown. Because I wanted to do something, first of all, with my title, make a difference.
Yes.
And fulfill my dream of helping women to come out of the darkness. And believe in themselves, that they're not alone, that they can reach out for support. And that's what we are.
Because sometimes, you know, when you're going through certain vulnerable situations, they feel feared to speak about it, right? And you give them the voice that they didn't have previously. You approach them, you take them from, you know, A to Z, assisting them with this whole process. That's what you do with your organization. And so that's why it's important that we talk to you. And for our viewers, if they ever want to reach, if they ever feel like they are in a situation where they might need some assistance, right? They can definitely reach out to you, because you guys are not just stuck in one country. You're not just focused here only in the United States of America. As far as I know, you guys are international. You help people wherever help is needed, correct?
They reach out to our organization from many different countries, and we cross borders a lot of the times to support them. Over the phone. We have therapists who over the phone can help them if they need the support, and we guide them through the process. We have women from 7 years ago that we help them for the first time, and we keep contact. We're not just a nonprofit that gives you, here's a phone number and that's it. We guide you through the whole process.
Which is what is important, right? That continuance, the sustainability, like for them to feel that they are being taken care of. They are heard, their voice is heard, and they are being looked after, which is amazing. What you do is simply amazing.
If you see, a lot of our members were women that we helped in the past. They feel that, okay, they help me now I can help someone else, you know, come out of their darkness and be their voice as well.
Right. So you bring light to these people's lives, which is simply, you know, an amazing task. And I know it's not only focused on women, it's for men as well as children, right?
Statistics say that the percentage of men, it's higher than women being abused. Men are abused in silence because they
don't talk mostly.
They don't talk about
they
it.
Don't come out in the open.
I mean, they're embarrassed because they feel that is their manhood. But you know, reach out because you have a voice. The Lighthouse World can be your voice as well.
Right. And I'm sure when dealing with all these vulnerable communities, you must be having a lot of stories that you can share with us, you know, stories that have touched your heart, the stories that you felt like, oh, I'm so happy that I'm able to, you know, put a smile on this face. So is there anything that stands out that you feel like you can share with us?
I was just in the south of Mexico last week. We deliver backpacks to 2 schools, and one little girl touched my heart. She was passing through and she just cut a wildflower, and she came to me and she said, "Here, teacher, this is for you." So little things like that touch my heart, because sometimes we don't think a small compliment, a small thing that you can do for a child can make a huge difference in their life.
Right, because you know that feeling you get by putting that smile on their face, it's something, it's simply phenomenal, right? Nothing can beat that. So I know, apart from these backpacks and giving them the material stuff, there's a lot of other things that y'all do through your nonprofit for the needy. So would you like to discuss a few things that y'all do?
Yes, of course. We also do Mother's Day makeovers every year. So we choose 5 to 6 women where we completely do a makeover, from clothes, shoes, hair, makeup. We have a spa that help us usually. where they do procedures for them, facials or weight loss preparation. So they do a lot of different things for them. And
do you select them from your victims, like, or the underprivileged communities?
No, usually we post on our social media and they send us emails. Then we choose based on their story.
Right.
We choose the women that we see they would take advantage of it all.
Right.
We usually choose someone, we have them send us photos. So we choose someone that you're really gonna see the change, and that change you see in them, even the light in their eyes changes.
Right.
Like the face looks different.
Yeah,
and it's something simple that we do daily. I mean, a lot of women are not able to do, and we do it for them.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's not always, especially people, you know, who have been victimized in different ways, they are not gonna think of themselves, right? They are not gonna think of beauty, they're not gonna think of obviously beautifying themselves or doing anything for themselves at that time. So you lifting them up, giving them that total outlook that completely changes their world is what's going to help them, you know, actually step onto a different path altogether.
Yes.
So that's simply amazing. So out of all these stories that has taken place throughout the years, are there any people or stories that are still in touch with you, that, you know, something that is very unforgettable that you would like to share?
There's a story from the city of Oxnard. We went to help this family, and the baby was getting seizures. She was very ill at the time. So I used to go every year to take her toys, necessary stuff. She ended up passing. And it's a story that touched my heart, because it was a 2-year-old baby, and having to go through that, it was just very hurtful to see. I am still in touch with the parents. They reach out to me once in a while, and they tell me how I made their life a little easier just by that little something I used to give them when I went to visit them.
Right.
I used to carry the baby, be with her, make her smile. So sometimes our lifestyle is very busy, and we don't think something simple can change a life, and it does.
Right. I mean, there are so many things that we take for granted, right? And it's all these minor things. And just by us going and listening to somebody for maybe just a few minutes, it doesn't have to be for hours, or us going and talking to someone, because I think that's one thing. I'm sure you would have come across this a lot as well, because in today's day and age, we see a lot of people, I mean, everybody's, you know, driving in a certain direction that they don't have time for others. They don't have time for even family members in their own life. So sometimes you're taking those few minutes and listening to someone, or talking to them, just a couple of words could make a huge difference, right?
Simply a smile. Sometimes just by giving someone a smile can change their whole day or their life. I am the kind of person that I will smile to every single person I see when I cross paths with.
Right.
I truly believe that you can change someone's day by just giving them a smile, and it's free. It doesn't take time.
Totally. And kindness is free.
Of course.
Touching on that. And us being kind to another person, it's only going to help them, and also going to help you, right? Because it makes you feel better. It makes you smile. So it's a ripple effect.
Yes, it is. There was one gentleman, he seemed very sad when I crossed paths with him, and I smiled at him, and he came to me and he said, you know what, that smile brightened my whole day.
Right.
And it wasn't in a word trying to, just get my number. It was from a point of view where he was like, my gosh, I was in a place where I was very sad, and by you smiling at me gave me some type of, okay, my day is not gonna be so bad.
Right, exactly. And sometimes that's the little things again that we don't think about, but that could go a long, long way. That could completely change that day of that person, right? Because, you know, they'll have a much more brighter day, and all it took was that smile. Thank you for joining us with FinTV USA's LA Sunshine. Again, you can watch FinTV USA anytime, anywhere. All you need to do is just tune in to channel 31.7 if you're here in Los Angeles, or if you're watching us from anywhere else globally, you can tune in with LG TV, with Apple, Samsung, Sony, Amazon, Roku, and Hulu. We hope you join us as soon as possible and start watching FinTV USA. Today, we have gorgeous Mrs. Latina Global 2018, Sully Weerakkody, in our studio. And we have been talking about the Lighthouse, which is a non-profit organization, and Sully has been doing a lot of community service and work for the victims of violence and abuse. So Sully, we would like to know from you, and I would like to get our viewers involved too. This is not something that's just meant for one nonprofit organization, right? People can all get involved in contributing and making our world a better place. So there are so many people who would like to donate or who would like to get involved in this whole process of assisting people that are in need of our assistance. So can you tell us how they can, get tuned in with your nonprofit organization?
Of course. You can always get involved as a volunteer. You can support us by coming to our events, or just simply being there whenever anyone needs any support. But we have some projects that we are gonna need some support from the community, because we are trying to build a library, and we're gonna need everyone's support to make children's life a little easier.
Right.
And they can have the materials and necessary things to study or do their homework.
Right.
So that we will need your donations, or you can just any support that you might have, we will be greatly appreciated.
Right, and actually, like you said, it's not all about donations, it's not all about money, right? Because volunteering and having that, your personal self being able to assist someone in need goes a long way. So
yes.
If anybody would like to volunteer and just bring themselves in, that would be a great assistance for you guys.
Yes, of course, you can always volunteer. We have a lot of volunteers who support us. There's times where we have many women who need any guidance. We need supporting factors there where we can have someone just talk to someone and listen to them,
right.
Which most of the times that's what they need, someone to be there and listen to them. You don't even have to say anything to them, just listen to what they have to say. I think it's very important to be there for them.
Right. And that's certainly something that most of us will be able to do, just being that pair of ears for someone, just so that they can communicate what they need to. But communication again goes a long way. So we kindly invite any one of you that would like to volunteer the Lighthouse World. You can definitely get in touch with Sully. And after our program, we'll have more details on this, or you can tune into our FinTV channel to get more details on how to get involved. And again, this is something that you can give back to our community, right? And it's with all these small ways that we can do this. So we hope and expect all of you to help us in any simple way that you can. Sully, so can you tell us some of your long-term goals, or like some goals that you have for the future of your nonprofit organization?
Of course, we have, my dream since we started is to have a shelter, a safe place where when women need that support and a place to stay, we're able to take them there so they can be safe.
Right.
We have a project on a short term, which is the library I mentioned a little bit ago. I want to build a library before the year ends.
Okay.
And my team can always attest to this, that when something gets in my head, I don't stop until I make it happen.
Right.
A lot of the times we reach out to different prospects or donors, and if they're not able to, I put it from my own pocket to make it happen. Like this project where we donated 150 backpacks to 2 schools. I did it from our own pocket because it's something I had promised already.
Right.
And when you have a promise to those children, you can't say, I'm sorry, I didn't get enough donations. You have to make it happen and, remind those children that there's people who really care, that they're not forgotten, that they can continue their studies and they don't have to worry about not having a backpack or not having school supplies. So we always, want to make sure children still have that dream. That dream when I was that little girl as well.
Right.
So when we take backpacks or supplies to different schools, I always see myself in those little kids.
Right.
I see myself when I was a child and, we weren't able to have maybe school supplies. Even me, when I was a child, there was a couple who always bought my uniforms because even though it was a public school, we always had to wear uniform every day.
Right.
So there was a couple who always bought my uniform, and I want to continue that where a child can continue having that dream and they can see themselves in me where, hey, I was that little girl when I was a kid, and you can also accomplish many things and do things in your life without having all the resources that many other families might have.
Right, exactly. And touching on that, Christmas is around the corner. In a few more days, all we know is it's almost going to be Christmas time, and this would be a great time for anyone that would like to donate any goods to support Sully's cause. Because when she sets her mind, one thing we know, she is driven. So it's your time to get in touch with her, whatever the extras that you may have at home. And this is also a nice project that parents could get their kids involved, right? And are these going to be distributed to kids here in the United States, or is it going to be going out of the country?
We do Christmas toy drives here in the U.S. every year. So we go to different communities every year, and we do toy drives here.
Okay,
we
and
do
the library that you're focusing on, is that going to be built here in?
No, the library we're trying to build is in the south of Mexico. It's a small town of probably 1,400 people only living there.
Right.
I have posted some of the photos of that school on my social media, and you see that school is very run down.
Right.
No child should be learning in those type of situations.
Right.
I think if we give them, hope, they will study a little harder. They will want to get out of that situation or that town and continue their studies. While I was there, I was talking to every single kid there in that school, and I kept telling them, please continue your studies. Once you're done here, go to the bigger town and continue your studies, because only having a dream you can accomplish.
Right.
If as parents, if they don't build their dreams, they will never be driven and they will never continue their studies. And I think that's very important. To teach their children to just be free, driven, be free, choose your path, but be driven and never lose focus on what you want in life.
Right, and as long as they can get their bare essentials, right? Somebody is there to assist them. They don't have to sit and think about it, and that's what you are doing. Your mission, you are totally driven yourself here to make sure that they have a better education and their path is laid for them, right?
Yes.
So you're trying to make it easier for these underprivileged kids. So at this time, our only call would be anyone that would like to help. You can definitely, what's your social media platform that you use
you
for
can
Lighthouse?
go onto our website, and it's the lighthousealliance.com, or our Facebook page, which is the Lighthouse World.
Right.
You see all raw footage there because we started in 2018, and we have a lot of raw footage where you see our projects and our work there on photos.
Right, and the gallery shows all the fundraisings and all the events that you have already completed, right? So yes, so anybody can go ahead and take a look at it and then decide how you would like to get involved and do your part.
Yes, definitely.
So Sully, I'm actually going to circle back to a time where you said growing up as a little kid, you didn't have all the resources there, right? And there were certain things that you dreamt of having, and how you were so passionate to be the driving force to be able to get what you have today, to have accomplished everything in your life, and to be this amazing and wonderful human being you have become today, right? So can you share with us and our viewers how you were driven? What were some of your goals or your motives to get to where you are today?
Yes, as I mentioned, as a child, yes, I grew up with my grandma until I was 13 years old.
Okay.
And resources were tight. She gave me everything that she could, but I knew the resources were tight.
Right.
And I don't think any child should have to worry about those things when they're little or when they're going to school. Their whole focus should be learning,
right,
not worrying about, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna have a
enough
notebook,
to eat,
or
right,
I'm not gonna have my backpack.
Right.
You know, so children don't go to school with old, you know, supplies or old backpacks. That's where my dream of also helping children is, because all those schools that we visit, that not necessarily are abused children,
right,
as children in general, because having a good education makes a difference, and they truly are the future of every country.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
And that's how you can build a community, right? Because education is key, and by inculcating all those valuable habits, and all the discipline comes from schooling. So it's important that you start and lay the proper foundation for them.
Yes.
So
this school that we just went to 2 weeks ago is the school that I went to as a child.
Oh,
so for me, it was very amazing, personal.
Right.
And one of the professors was still there, so it was very, it was nice to see, but also sad to see and the type of how the building is.
Right. So how has it evolved through the time, from the time you were there? How has the school?
It's actually gotten worse. That school, I remember when I was a child, it was the most beautiful school or building, and now seeing it the way it is, it made me sad that the government there is not really helping the school and making the building at least safe for those children. Right. You see a lot of the silliness coming off. You see a lot of the, I mean, they don't have a library, they don't have a kitchen, right, they don't have a dining area. The building they built for them for dining, rain goes inside the building, so they're not able to eat there.
Right.
They eat where they play basketball. So all those little things, I don't think
they're struggling.
They're
a lot.
struggling. I spoke to some of the teachers there, and they said, "Well, we requested help, but we don't get it."
Right.
So that's where I told them, you know what? I'm gonna put my mission to build a library and fix the kitchen at least for those kids.
Right.
I told them if I'm not able to get the donations, I'll do it myself and I'll pay for it myself, because for me, it's a personal project as well.
Right, that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
You know, it's your school, it's your alma mater, and you want to do what you can in your capacity, because that laid the foundation for you to become who you are today. And with your gratitude, you just want to be able to do whatever the best you can do for your school, right? So I hope we have a lot more Sullys in our community and in our society who thinks like this, you know, so that way we can make it definitely a better place.
And something I would like to add, that it's not just me as a person who does all this. I have a team behind me.
Right.
The Lighthouse World has a team where it's a bunch of women. We support each other, and we're always, you know, backing each other up, where if I request a project, they will approve it, or they work hard to make it happen as well.
Right.
When I go and take the actual things to the countries or the towns, I go by myself, because especially in the south of Mexico, a lot of them are not safe.
Right.
So I wouldn't want to put my team at risk. I'll go myself and make it happen, because my team are a treasure.
Right.
They're the ones that are the rock of the whole organization. I'm just the one that just goes and makes it happen. But they're the ones that are there, and they support me. And the important thing is that we support each other.
That's amazing how you selflessly you are believing in this cause and you're giving your 100% towards a cause that was so, meaningful and such an inspiration to you from your childhood. So I'm really glad about what you do and how you get all the communities involved. Like you said, this is not just about the Sri Lankan community, it's not just about the Latino community, but doing what's best for all the people in our world, right? So helping them where help is needed.
Yes.
So it's simply amazing.
Yes, any country, let's say there's a place in Sri Lanka where the school needs any support, or simply you ask us to take backpacks to your school, we can definitely do it as well. Just send us the support information and we check the records, we check that it's a need, and we definitely can make a trip to Sri Lanka as well and support any school that it's a need.
Yeah, and we are definitely looking forward to that because, once again in Sri Lanka too, there are so many needy communities where we can definitely do what is possible, within our means. We cannot always take care of our people globally. So yeah, that's a great mission to have.
Yes.
So we've spoken a lot about your mission with Lighthouse World, and I know, like you said, pageantry was not something that you were focusing on, I'm gonna do this. Every kid has a dream. You would like to be a queen one day. You would like to wear a crown one day, right? But sometimes we don't really set foot on that path. It doesn't happen all the time because, your priorities change as you grow up. So for you, stepping into this world of Mrs. Latina Global, how did that come by, and what was the actual driving force that was behind it, apart from your husband, I mean?
Well, I would say to be an inspiration. It is a different world. Pageantry, I come from a Christian background, so for me, pageantry, it was like a cold world.
Right.
But when I went in there, a lot of the women are very smart, doctors, lawyers. You don't have to be just that person without any, brain. There's a lot of smart women there.
Right.
And I was inspired to continue the journey after I saw what really pageantry was. And they train you to also accomplish different things. They teach you how to sit, how to stand, how to behave in public.
Right.
So it's a positive impact, I think, and it helped me to be a little bit more out of my box.
Right.
As I mentioned at the beginning, I am very corporate, so I can be very stern and very serious. And being in pageantry helped me, be
Step
a
out
little
of your comfort zone,
step out of my comfort zone and be more out there.
Right.
Be more like my husband. He's so social. So that's helped me also with him. He's like, wow, you learn to be more social and be more out there, which I think it was a positive impact from pageantry.
Right. So it's not just about beauty, right? It brings in a lot of other aspects to it as well, because lots of characteristics that you learn as you go, and you embrace a lot of other things to yourself, right? And you become this whole person, and you learn pretty much every single day. You learn something new about.
Yes.
So yeah, so it's something that's really interesting. So what would be an advice that you would share with any girl that's out there that would like to step into the world of pageantry?
I would say if that's something you always wanted to do, just believe in yourself and do it. Never stay in life where you feel you want to do something or you have a dream and you don't accomplish that. Always follow your dreams and accomplish what you really want to do in life. And I think you'll be a lot happier in the future. So a lot of you ladies and girls out there who have thought about doing pageantry, I'll say do it. You have nothing to lose. You can learn so much and come out as a winner, even if you don't get a crown. That was the very first time for me that I did pageantry. And I ended up winning. The competition was tough in my year. And I ended up winning. You have to come out and show all you have.
Right.
And just believe in you. Always, always believe in your dreams, and you can accomplish anything in life.
That's some valuable advice that you've just given all our viewers, and even including us. There's a lot we can take from that, because it's not the crown. You are already wearing a crown just by taking part in something or setting your mind to get out of your comfort
Yes.
zone and do something,
Yes.
right? So that's the crown that you give yourself. It's not the crown that you physically wear, but you are already wearing a crown. You're already a queen for just stepping out of your comfort zone and trying to do something that
Yes.
you believe in, that you set your heart to. So thank you so much, Sully, for that valuable
My pleasure.
advice.
My pleasure.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us here at FinTV USA's LA Sunshine, where we have our stunning Mrs. Latina Global 2018, Sully Weerakkody, that joined us. Sully has been driving the Lighthouse World, the nonprofit organization to assist women in need, women, men, children that have been abused and have been victimized, and anyone that needs assistance. So, Sully, we are more than happy that you were here in our studio today. We hope you had a great time. You were able to share your knowledge with us. And at the same time, FinTV would like to partner up with you and stay updated on the activities, on all the fundraisings that you do. Is there anything you would like to say?
I would like to, first of all, give thanks to FinTV USA and Sri Lankan organization for having me here today, and the whole team who made everything so simple today. And it's my honor to be here. As I mentioned before, Sri Lankan community is dearly to my heart because I'm married to a Sri Lankan. So
Right.
it's also I consider my community as well.
Yes, so we are indeed proud that, of the work that you do, and we wish you all the best from FinTV Los Angeles here in USA. And thank you so much for being a part of LA Sunshine program today. Anybody that would like to get involved with Lighthouse World's mission and their projects in the future, please stay tuned. Once again, your website is?
Our website is thelighthousеalliance.com, and our Facebook page is The Lighthouse World. You can contact us or any of our team members, and we'll be there to support you or answer any questions.
Once again, thank you to all our wonderful viewers. We hope to see you again soon next week with a new program. Thank you.